Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Pushkar and I'm a student in Ahmedabad University, and this video is sort of going to be a rambly video where I talk about everything that's going on in my life, what are the things that I'm going to be focusing on moving forward, and what are the challenges I'm facing. So if you want a video where you can learn something and maybe improve yourself, this is not the video for you. You can just click off and do something better with your time. But if you're interested to know what I'm going through, which is about 4 things I think, and what are the plans moving forward, which are around 3 things, and the challenges I'm facing, which are around 3 things, you're in the right place, and let's get started. I guess the one major change is that I am moving to Ahmedabad, and it's a new city, it's different people there, and I don't know how the experience will be. On one hand, people have been very receptive to me there, and then there is also this uncertainty of what will happen and what is going to happen. Also, I have my roommate for the first time, so I have never had roommates before. I'm also going to be living in a hostel, so moving away from the comfort of your home to the discomfort of a hostel and new people. So yeah, that would be an exciting journey for sure, and I'll try to show you everything around it through this vlogs and other types of medium. And yeah, I think that is the major change, which will also lead up to a lot of different changes in my life. And the other thing is the YouTube channel, and it's crazy to think how the whole thing has changed. Like 6 months ago I was preparing for my board exams, and now here I am 22 videos in, I guess. And the whole channel started as of being stoicism related, but quickly I moved to showing and documenting my life, because that is something I enjoyed more of, and that is something that people also recepted more of. So yeah, the big question is, should I continue making these vlogs, or should I go into back the stoicism type of videos and stuff? So I guess that is a big change, and for now the plan is to just keep continuing, is to just keep making 1 or 2 videos every week, and then we'll assess the whole situation after we have around 50 videos, I guess. And yeah, so that's the whole thing for the YouTube. I have also been dabbling around with a lot of Web3 and crypto stuff, and to be honest, I never really understood what do smart contracts or NFTs mean until I actually looked at the code of what they are. And I have to say, it's very exciting, it's very adventurous to be on this journey, and I think it's the future, and I think the whole crypto world is going to bring positive impact on the world. And it's sort of like 2010, right, where people were expecting great innovation to happen, and all we got were 140 characters. And I think this is going to happen with crypto too. So we will have a lot of applications that just plain simple disappoint us in the near future, but in the long run, I think the whole concept of decentralization is going to bring a lot of innovation, and we are going to go towards a better future. And I just want to be a part of it. Also, I also want to be the next tech CEO from India, so that is why I'm doing all of this. Just kidding. Another thing I'm focusing right now is doing an annual review, and again, it's so crazy to think that so many things have changed in the past year. I gave my board exams. I didn't really give them, but it's okay. Then I moved on to being a web developer, and then I started my blog, then I started my YouTube channel, and then so many changes have happened in the last year, and I just want to record everything and plan the next year. Now, I'm not a big believer in planning the next year, because I know there are so many variables that you cannot account for, but how I approach it is, I see my last year, and then I see all the positive experiences that I've had and all the positive outcomes that I've had, and then I try to see how can I recreate those the next year, or how can I better them the next year. So these are the plans for the annual review, and yeah, let's see how it goes. Okay, so now I'll talk about what are the things that are supposed to happen moving forward. First one I want to say is starting a podcast. Now, I know there are too many podcasts already out there, and I don't expect you or anyone else to listen to those. But basically, the podcast is about, I'll try to reach out to people, or I'll try to talk to people who are maybe seniors in my college, or people that I really, really admire, not the people who are already famous or already known. but people who I admire, who I meet on daily basis. So why do I want to start a podcast? There are so many podcasts already out there. Why do I want to start mine? So I expect you to not watch or listen the podcast, and I completely am okay with it because I know it's going to probably be the worst thing that you're ever going to watch or listen, and that's just the nature of it, right? You cannot be good at the day one. So the reason why I'm starting a podcast is own for my personal reasons. There are two reasons for it. When I start a podcast, I learn from the people who I'm interviewing, and I also learn the whole process of creating a podcast, of producing something in audio format or in video format, and talking to different people, networking and different stuff. And the second benefit of starting a podcast is I'll meet new people from the university. I'll meet my seniors from the university. So it's a good way of knowing a lot of cool people in my university and also learning from them. And then at the end of every episode, I can just ask them that if you would like to recommend this podcast to someone, or if someone would be a good guest on this show. So I can sort of connect more people and meet more people there and learn from more people or my seniors there. So those are my reasons for starting a podcast, and this podcast should be up and running in 2022, in the Jan of 2022. But let's see what happens. Murphy's Law, everything that can go wrong will go wrong. So let's see what happens. And yeah, that was the first thing. So the second thing I want to talk about is starting my first startup. And startup really sounds like a clickbait name. What I really want to say is my side project. So when I had to move to Ahmedabad, the boys hostel was actually full, so I could not find a place to stay online. So there were no websites where I could just go and find hostels to stay. That is why I wanted to create findmyhostel.com, where you can just go there and just have a plain Excel sheet where you can just see all the data of every hostel in Ahmedabad, and you can just decide where you want to stay. So what I did on a day where I just went outside and discovered 18 to 19 different hostels, I just want to remove that pain for people and just solve this problem. I read the book by Abdul Kalam. He said that you want to divide your life into small problems that you want to solve. This problem of you don't actually have to come like me and go to Ahmedabad, just roam around the whole city with your foot and finding a good place to stay. You can just go to findmyhostel.com and you can just book a hostel right from there. So that's my first project. I should start working on it after my exams end. So it's around 20 December where I start working on that project. The third thing I really want to talk about is an NFT project which I'm working on. So NFTs sound a bit cool for it. Basically the idea is, I recently saw a tweet from Huberman Lab, which is Dr. Andy Huberman, where he said that if research laboratories can self-fund, or they can just receive funds from themselves and not depend on the government or an academic center, science would take a huge leap. And I think we can do that with NFTs and with the whole Web3 and crypto thingy. So I have enrolled in a hackathon where I am hoping to make a project where you can just donate to a research and in return you get an NFT. And it's sort of a vague idea. I know it's vague. I know it's very vague right now, but I'm working on it and it should be up and running in some time. I have no deadlines for this, but yeah, cool. So these were the three projects that I'm moving forward right. For the plan for these, both side project and the hackathon, both are side projects, but anyways, is so for findmyhostel.com, what I'm going to do is I just want to talk to as many people as possible. I just want to ask them that, okay, where are you staying? If you are not from Ahmedabad, how are you planning to come here and have a peace? And most people, they don't really know that the hostels are full and they won't really get a place to stay. So I just want to, if they have the same problem, I can just send them that Excel sheet and then problem solved. And with the hackathon thing, I really want to go to my university, ask different professors that if you could self-fund, would your research take any different turns, and ask different people who are already doing research that if they really want it or not. I'm anyways going to build it because it will be good for my GitHub portfolio and my hackathon thing, but I really want to take this to the next step, and maybe because this is a good problem to solve. And as I said before, like, you have to divide life into different problems, and so the first problem I want to solve is the whole hostel thing. And second problem, I think it would be really cool if I could help in some sense or another for science to move forward, because eventually science and technology is what pulls humanity forward, right? Of different challenges I am facing right now, and one of it is the YouTube videos. Because there is so much going on in my life, I have not been shooting a lot of videos recently, and that is why I did not release a video last week too. and there is always this uncertainty that do I want to keep continuing making these videos. Each video is a lot of hard work actually. Like, it takes around 3 to 4 hours to make one video, which is on the least side. And if a video takes a lot of time, it's going to take around 7 to 8 hours probably to make one 3-minute video. So it's always a question whether I want to keep continuing or if I want to not focus on it. And that's a question I'm dabbling with right now, and I'm doing a lot of reflection around it. But over the past few days of reflecting on it, I've come to the conclusion that I'm just going to make this videos because first, I enjoy it a lot. Like, every time I hit publish, you won't believe that I really feel good about it, that I've published a video. No matter how many likes or how I don't get likes, but no matter how many people watch it. And the second thing is, the reason why I want to continue making these YouTube videos is, YouTube is a long sort of format thing. So on Instagram or on Twitter or any other social platform, if you release something, if it does not do well in the next 24 hours, people basically forget it, and you have no way to find out the older posts. You have to scroll all the way down. Whereas on YouTube, it does not matter where your video is released 10 years ago or 5 years ago. You will always see videos that are released 10 years ago suddenly recommended to your feed, and that is the good thing about YouTube. There are two reasons why I still want to continue making these YouTube videos. Is first, I really like the process of it. So I really like scripting the idea. I really like brainstorming of how I can shoot at different B rolls, different A rolls and stuff. Only part I don't like is making a thumbnail and a good title, which apparently is the most important part of a YouTube video, but anyways, second challenge I'm facing right now is a need for an active income. And no matter how much you try, everything costs something, right? Even if you go out and get a coffee, it is going to cost something. And making these videos is sort of costly because you have to invest in this camera, you have to invest in a mic, you have to invest in various tripods, this and that. And I think it would be good to have some sort of an active income where I don't have to worry about getting an 800 rupees mic or something. Like, obviously my parents are very supportive of me, they really help me a lot, and they have been paying for everything I have, right? But I think it would be cool to develop some sort of an active income where at least I can take care of myself and all my different journeys or passions. So yeah, that is the goal moving forward, to develop some sort of an active income. Steps I'm taking towards having that active income is learning iOS development and learning Solidity, which is Web3. So maybe I can get a sort of a part-time or a full-time job there. And the next steps I'm taking is I'm really trying to reach out to people who need services such as YouTube content creation or different types of content creation where I know some things about and I can help them. Another thing I'm doing is I'm trying to apply at various positions for a video editor role. So I realized that I have been not the best, not very good, but fairly better than most people in video editing. At least as a YouTuber standards, I think I can do well there too. So that's the goal moving forward, to develop some sort of an active income. So the next challenge I'm facing right now is I'm saying yes to a lot of different things. Almost in the March of 2021, I completed my board exams and I had this sort of feeling, oh, I'm doing nothing in my life. I also released a blog post called, my unskilled school life, where I was sort of reflecting that I don't have any skills and I'm not doing anything else in my life. Whereas now I have a lot of opportunities. I have a lot of cool things to do, whereas I should start this or I should apply for this or that, and I have to try to actively hold myself back that no, you only have to focus on these 3 things for now. So that is a big challenge of restraining my curiosities in some sense, put the energy in too much stuff and to really focus on the 2 or 3 things that you really want to do, to really eliminate the fluff, to really focus on the most important things that I have to do. Now I realize that I have been going on for too long now, so I'll stop now and let you do a good thing with the time. I don't think anyone would be watching till right now except for my parents, but yeah, if you're watching right now, you're an absolute legend. Let me know in the comments that you're really watching right now. That would mean the world to me. I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great week. Stay ambitious, stay curious and stay weird. Bye bye.